just dwelt a little bit at the start. Potemps Network has gone straight into the lead from Turin Prince, with moving up on the outside Deep Colonist. And also going up there is Torren Field. Potemps Network, Torren Field and Deep Colonist, with just behind them Green Willow on the outside. They're all safely over that. Give Us a Buck jumped a little bit slow, and as I say, Castle Windows was a little bit slow away. And those two a little bit behind the remainder. But as they begin to settle down, Deep Colonist is going on now from Torren Field and Green Willow on the outside. Behind them come Turin Prince. Just behind Turin Prince, and very prominent, is Yoo-Hoo Nan. Behind Yoo-Hoo Nan is Potemps Network. And just in behind them, Mandalay Prince and Lumberjack, and behind Lumberjack is Fanny Dillon. So as they race into the home stretch and make their way towards the third, still Deep Colonists and Torren Field right up there. Over on the far side, Turin Prince, Green Willow well there. Then Yoo-Hoo Nan. Just in behind Yoo-Hoo Nan is Lumberjack. Also quite prominent is Night Oil. Coming down to the fourth now, Deep Colonist and Torren Field. Torren Field, permit trained in Ireland. Green Willow on his outside. These three almost disputing it, really, at the moment, ahead of Dutch Call, with over on the far side Turin Prince being followed by Potemps Network, and follow there is Wheatman's Wagon. Wheatman's Wagon went at that one, and still Deep Colonist disputing it. Horse and jockey up all right. From Torren Field in second and Green Willow third. Then Turin Prince on the inside, 4-5's Dutch Call, and then comes Sayfars Lad, followed by stable companion Potemps Network, and then Night Oil, and then Lumberjack, and then Morley Street on the outside, and Fanny Dillon comes next. And among the back markers, Give Us a Buck and Castle Windows, who, as I mentioned earlier, was a little bit slow away. So Deep Colonists as they run downhill from Torren Field and Green Willow, and behind them Turin Prince and Potemps Network. Then comes Dutch Call and Sayfars Lad, and behind them Night Oil and Lumberjack, and Nay Vogue getting well in the picture now. And follow there, Nay Vogue has gone at that one. Martin Brown is up on his feet all right. The mare's all right, she's continuing riderless. And looked like a nasty fall, but they both got away with it all right. Coming down towards the sixth, Sayfars Lad has gone up there now to just about take up the running from Green Willow on the outside, and then Dutch Call. Behind them Deep Colonist losing a little bit of ground. Night Oil's well there, and behind them Potemps Network. And also making ground towards the outside is Trapper John. Sayfars Lad with 4 left to jump though. From Green Willow in second, Turin Prince. Then comes Dutch Call, and on the inside Night Oil, then Lumberjack, and Trapper John still making quite good progress, with Morley Street behind him as they race to the top of the hill. Sayfars Lad for Martin Pipe and Jonathan Lauer in the lead from Green Willow in second. Third is Turin Prince under pressure. Dutch Call comes next. Trapper John is still making good progress, and Lumberjack coming there with Night Oil. Morley Street going well in behind the lead, but Sayfars Lad still leads as they race towards the third last. Sayfars Lad from Night Oil going well. Lumberjack, Turin Prince on the inside. And then comes Trapper John still making progress. Green Willow's under pressure on the far side. Sayfars Lad has the advantage as they come down towards the second last. Sayfars Lad from Trapper John under pressure in second. Then Night Oil and Lumberjack and Green Willow. Morley Street making ground towards the outside. Sayfars Lad is clear though as they race round the home turn, with just 1 flight left to jump in the Son of Lions hurdle. Morley Street is putting in a challenge, but Sayfars Lad is clear of Trapper John and Morley Street as they come down to the last. Trapper John is making steady progress. Loose Horse could interfere here with the leaders. Sayfars Lad lands in the lead from Trapper John on the near side. It's Sayfars Lad and Trapper John. Follow at the last with Celtic Ball coming down to the Final 150 yards. Sayfars led, holding Trapper John. Morley Street back in third. Night Oil 4 as they race to the line. Sayfars led from Trapper John, and Sayfars led is going to win it. Dennis won it. Sayfars led from Trapper John second. Third was Night Oil, and 4 was Morley Street. 5 came Green Willow. And so the result of the 1989 Sun Alliance Novices Hurdle. First, number 15, Sayfars Lad, owned by Mr. A.J. Whiting, trained by Martin Pipe and ridden by Mark Perrott. I called him Jonathan Lauer in running. Apologies, Mark. Second was number 19, Trapper John, owned by Mrs. F.N. Fanning, trained by Mouse Morris and ridden by Tommy Comedy. And third was number 7, Night Oil, owned by REA Bott Whitmore Street Limited, trained by Oliver Sherwood, ridden by Simon Sherwood. And fourth was number 12, Morley Street. So another triumph for Martin Pipe, 162 of the season. And a first triumph of the meeting for Mark Perrott, his 22nd of the season. There he is. So Peter Scudamore picked a loser again, picked Potemps Network. Here's the horse. He should have been aboard.
Couple of falls early on in the race. Wheatman's Wagon did a double somersault, and then Navog was the one to go. Two horses both with a little bit of form, Navog with a lot of form. We're looking now at the back of the field as in fact Navog goes down, and you can see just Martin Brown underneath the other horse's hooves there. That's a nasty moment for him. But Navog going sweetly at the time, sadly out of the race then. But as the race continued, coming down the hill was the little grey Sayfars Lad, who'd been up with the leaders right from the very start. And Trapper John just on his outside, the red cap there, the big challenger at this moment. Lumberjack in the yellow and red. Green Willow in the orange colours, having a little barging match there with the Lumberjack. And then Morley Street comes looming up on the outside. Back in fourth place is Night Oil, and Celtic Bar running a blinder. This one goes on to fall at the last in the colours of Irene Hodge, the black sleeves and the white vest. But here, little Sayfars Lad under Mark Perrott loves the soft ground, only been beaten once, that was by Battalion, and jumps the last well there. No interference from the loose horse there, but you can see Celtic Bar just exiting. That had run a super race, but there's no one going to catch this little grey, even though the second horse, Trapper John, is starting to put in a challenge. When you've got this sort of lead halfway up the running, you don't surrender too easily. Not very big is he, Sayfars Lad, but by golly, he's game. And another winner for Martin Pipe, the second day in running.